64 challenges are ready. Is there a Cinderella story waiting for us? The best are set to battle it out, but there can only be one victor. Who has what it takes to win the Golden E-Ticket, the most prestigious award in all of Walt Disney World podcasting? It's Mouse Madness, baby!
Hello, you're listening to ReedyGeeks, a Walt Disney World podcast. My name is Andrew, and I'm joined today by Table for Four for One, Sean.
Do we still get to split the bill with people, or?
No, it's only one person, but you're at a four top.
Because of all the food that he's ordered for himself.
You ordered a table for four, but only
For one. That's fair.
And the canceller of prefix menus, JJ.
I think you're going to find that I'm going to be on a warpath for this throughout this bracket.
If you have a good nickname for my co-host here, please write in to ReedyGeeks@gmail.com. In today's episode, the Geeks go mad with round one of Mouse Madness, sit-down restaurant edition. Last year, we kicked off our first ever Mouse Madness and set out to crown the best bar in Walt Disney World. What started as a fun bracket quickly turned into a full-blown debate series fueled by strong opinions, loyal fan bases, and maybe a little competitive chaos. But if last year was about where to grab a drink, this year we're going even bigger. Since 1971, sit-down dining at Walt Disney World has evolved from simple park restaurants into fully themed, story-driven experiences that are as much part of the vacation as the attractions themselves. Table service has become strategic. Reservation setting, 6 a.m. alarm clock ringing event that can shape an entire park day. Now, 64 restaurants enter the bracket, but only one will leave with the ultimate honor, the Golden E-Ticket Award for Best Sit-Down Restaurant. Welcome to Mouse Madness. Finally.
It's the best time of the year. The most hectic couple of weeks of my life, doing a full 64 bracket where we got 40-something entries, which is incredible. Thank you so much. This is really, really cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's so cool. So like any good competition, there are rules. So we have 4 regions with 16 contenders in each one to start. We have the monorail region, the boat region, the buses region, and the Skyliner region. The last remaining contender will be crowned champion and receive the prestigious Golden E-Ticket Award. Some are calling it the most prestigious award in all of Walt Disney World podcasting. I maybe am one of them. So, rule number 1. The region names have nothing to do with the restaurant itself. It was just something that had 4.
4 of it.
Rule number 2. This is single elimination. There are no second chances. When a restaurant loses, it is out. Rule number 3. The fans count twice. Audience score counts as 2 votes. Rule number 4. If it's got a show, it's got to go. Sorry, Hootie Do Review, you were disqualified. Rule number 5, the geeks are for the people. No restaurants that easily cost over $200 per person are allowed. That means Takume Te, Victoria and Alberts, you're also disqualified. Rule number 6, each geek vote counts as 1 vote. So JJ has a vote, Andrew has a vote, Sean has a vote. And of course, no excuses, play like a champion. Let's have a fair fight.
I love it. I love it.
Sometimes we're going to wish Andrew didn't have a vote.
Well, JJ, I had the honor of going through all of the listeners' brackets over the last week or so.
So who are you rooting for? Your wife or your brother-in-law?
My bracket is slightly different than theirs. Yeah, it's going to be different than theirs. Really just want to take a moment and really thank our listeners for filling in those brackets, taking their time out of their day. We know it's not easy to get anyone to do anything, right? Like in life.
Absolutely.
And so the fact that you guys filled out these brackets for us really is going to make this tournament a lot better. And we loved hearing from like so many stories too of like we were, my wife and I were doing this while at dinner, we turned it into a date night. Like it was really cool to get an insight into how people were filling out these brackets and what they're doing interacting with our podcast. It was really cool to see.
Yeah, it's It is really special, and I think that's reflective of this tournament. I think this tournament's going to be really special. We've got some great special guests joining us in some of the future episodes, like we announced on our Instagram. We've got Chrissy Harrison from Touring Plans, Becky Gandillan, of course, the author of the Unofficial Guide and current honorary geek already. And then, of course, we've got Bethany Vinton to help us with the finale, and that's going to be really, really cool. She's like the queen of Disney food. If you're unaware, check her out on any social media platform. She's tremendous.
Okay, but before we get into the actual game, I wanted to bring up some analysis of the listeners' data here. Number one, there were 20 different winners. 20 different restaurants made it as the champion in someone's bracket.
So you're saying a lot of people are going to be disappointed.
Well, that's a huge number,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's not just that the number one seeds were always winning or something like that. Like 20 different restaurants. To me, that says that there's a restaurant for everyone at Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And there is a lot of so much of Disney World is nostalgia, right? So I'd imagine that a lot of that is like, oh, my most cherished memory of my family at Disney is the time we went to dinner at restaurant X, or
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, you're not necessarily always gonna pick what you think the best restaurant is. You just have a certain affinity for that restaurant. You're gonna vote for it not because of how maybe good the meal was. You're gonna vote for it because of the experience you had there.
Well, it might be the best to you.
Right.
Yes.
Yes,
And I
yeah.
think experiential, part of eating in a restaurant, right, is the experience. The service, the atmosphere. Like sometimes if you get really good service and the food is pretty good, you'll still have a really good time at that restaurant and want to go back.
Yeah. Also, something that just blew me away too. Like it's not even who got to the end, who got to the championship. Over 70% of the restaurants won their region on someone's bracket. So that means that's like all the way down to an 11th seed winning the region.
Oh,
on
so
someone's
okay,
bracket.
so
Going to the Final Four.
the flavor four.
The flavor four.
So the flavor four, 70% of each region is represented in at least somebody's
Yes.
flavor four.
Yep. Only 3 restaurants didn't make it into the Savory 16 on someone's bracket.
So all 64 entries on some bracket made it to at least the next round.
So
Yeah.
61 of the 64 are represented in some way in the Savory 16.
Yes.
Wow.
So won twice, not just won once.
Went 2 rounds.
Yes,
Yeah,
won
yeah,
2
yeah.
rounds. Yeah.
That's cool.
And every single one won once.
Yes, every single restaurant won once. Yeah.
Wow.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it really is cool.
But you know what? I will say, in looking at this bracket, there are 13 seats that are legitimately good restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And 14 seats, I think some of these restaurants, I had a good meal at Be Our Guest 10
was
years
just saying,
ago.
I don't want to spoil anything, but Be Our Guest, I'm looking
Is a
at
15
is a
seed.
15 seed.
I think it was just the last episode of Len Testa's Disney Dish where he said that Be Our Guest is the single most profitable restaurant in Walt Disney World, right? That means that many people are going. You know?
Oh, yes, because he was talking about how a Villain's Land sit-down restaurant would have to be
A prefix.
as good,
Yeah.
bring in as much money as Be Our Guest. Like that would be the
something like that.
marker. Like you would want a restaurant in there that would be able to do those kinds of numbers.
For the next 10 years, be
Right.
able to consistently make
Yeah.
Get bookings
yeah.
like Be Our Guest
Yeah.
has.
And you're probably only going to be able to do that with prefix menu to make the money.
Or the
money.
rumored show. There's a rumored show.
Oh,
It's supposed to be a Hades. I heard a rumor of a Hades dinner show.
that would be cool.
So with the listener brackets, when we're making this contest, how to tabulate a score, what that is the sum of everybody's submissions added together. So if something wins 0 rounds, it gets 0 points. If it wins 1 round, it gets 1 point. 2 rounds, 3 points, and it keeps escalating because you're winning 1 plus 2, and it goes all the way up. There are 6 possible matchups. So the highest score available is 21 points. So you're going to be hearing these numbers throughout the tournament. So this is just everybody's submissions all added together, and we'll use that to determine where the fan vote goes.
All right. So
Should we get into it?
further ado, Yeah, let's get into it. Let's
We
start.
have business to
we,
attend
we,
to.
we do. We don't have the studio for all day. Actually, we do. All right, so we're going to start over in the monorail region, the top left region, and we're starting with our first seed, California Grill, against the 16th seed, Rainforest Cafe. Let's open up for discussion.
Eating in a volcano.
Pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
And that's about the only nice thing I can say about the Rainforest Cafe in Disney Springs.
Isn't it nice though? Like from outside, isn't from outside better than from inside? Because
yeah.
You see when you see the volcano go off.
I mean, there are animatronic animals in there, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's just the food isn't. He can't compete. I know we're gonna talk about prefix menus in California Grill and how it's not quite what it once was.
We don't talk about California Grill a lot,
but
so
we
it'll be
never
good
talk
to-
about California Grill
and
enough. And
the aerial view that you could see from California Grill.
Yeah, the perfect aerial view there. But it dominates.
What I will say for Rainforest Cafe, Rainforest Cafe is safe.
Yes.
Rainforest Cafe, everyone's vacations are different, but I'm going to wager that the majority of families going to Disney World on their 5 to 7 day vacation with 2 or 3 children are probably going to have a better experience and better time at the Rainforest Cafe than at the California Grill. So
Yes.
when people
yes.
are voting for this, it seems insane to vote for the Rainforest Cafe over the California Grill, but it makes sense if you're crowdsourcing votes from families or people that go to Disney World.
Right.
Seeing a Rainforest Cafe victory, or not a victory, because I don't think ultimately it's going to move on, but seeing votes for it, it doesn't make me scratch my head, because it's just, this is a safe meal in a place where it's so easy to have food that your kids aren't going to want to eat. You know, no one's going to agree on something. It's family safe. It's family friendly.
Yeah,
And that's
it's
also Disney.
And it's
Yeah.
also hyper themed, which is also very Disney.
Yeah.
And so it does have some stuff going for it. It ran into a heavy hitter though.
Well, because it's a 16 seed against a 1 seed. It was going to be a heavy hitter no matter what. And I completely agree with the safe aspect of it. And it's also like decision safe. Like, you know what you're getting at Rainforest Cafe. It's you've been to one of them in the 90s or something like it in the 90s, and so you understand what you're getting into, rather than the Boathouse is a completely independent, because I'm talking about if you're in Springs, it's a completely independent restaurant, so you may not know exactly what you're getting into there, so you might
There's
choose
familiarity.
Yes, there's
with
familiarity.
Rainforest Cafe.
Also the same guy. That's Steven Schussler, both of them.
Oh, really?
The guy that
Oh yeah, that's
the
right.
guy that the Rainforest
Didn't we talk
Cafe
about
guy.
that?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did in the bar region. The guy that invented and themed the Boathouse is the same guy that invented Rainforest Cafes.
Wow.
He famously turned his own house into a Rainforest Cafe to get investors. It is a true story, which is insane.
Well, it's very successful in Disney Springs.
It will not be successful, I think, in the bracket. But I will say one last thing about the Rainforest Cafe. When you walk out of the Rainforest Cafe, you can go right to Swirls on the Water for dessert.
And watch the volcano go off with a Dole Whip in
So
hand.
that's a nice plus for.
It's
the
nice on a
Rainforest
solo
Cafe.
day in Disney Springs.
All right. Well, let's go with the votes around the table. Sean?
I voted personally for the California Grill.
California Grill.
I'm going to vote for California Grill too, but it is interesting to know that the listeners also voted for California with a score of 2 to 232. California Grill wins.
Wow. I respect the voters. I respect the voters.
Rainforest Cafe was our lowest ranked restaurant from the listeners. It received the least amount of points, but 2 people did have it beating California Grill.
I hope the people that did that end up listening, and I want you to know I respect your choice.
Yeah.
I respect the vote.
Yep. All right.
But also try the big ravioli.
Number 2, we have seed number 8, San Angel Inn Restaurant versus the Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. That's seed number 9. We got an 8 versus 9 here.
Wow. And this is both in park. The San Angel is in Epcot in the Pyramid. And Roundup Rodeo Barbecue is in Toy Story Land and Hollywood Studios. So 2 in-park restaurants. To me, it feels obvious, but I like Mexican food. I love the vibe of being in the pyramid, enjoying a meal, watching the boats go by. Yeah. It is Disney World's Blue Bayou, technically speaking, as far as like watching boats go by.
Yeah.
So it's like eating on a ride. So that I feel like some sort of sentimental attachment to that. But Roundup Rodeo Barbecue is, people really enjoy it. It seems to be the place to bring your family in Hollywood Studios. I could see this kind of going either way.
Yeah, I've never been to the Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, but San Angel is one of my favorite restaurants at Disney World. I think the Mexico Pavilion is one of my favorite places as well in Disney World. I have nothing but great things. I've had maybe 2 or 3 sit down meals. And the vibe is just so good there.
Yeah. It is a good vibe.
Immaculate vibes being in the pyramid like that.
Yeah. San Angel, the food was excellent. And Roundup Rodeo, it's barbecue food. It's family dining style. Yeah. So I thought that like half of it was very good and half of it was like, I'm not going to go back for seconds on that. The theme of the Roundup Rodeo is very good for kids. Yeah. But it is just a big box. There's not that much, even the whole, like the Andy's coming.
I was going to say it's Toy Story themed.
It is Toy Story themed. And there's a whole section where if Andy's coming, you're all supposed to freeze, right? But nothing other than audio happens in the room, right? It's not like someone comes in.
Imagine there's a 50-foot child, animatronic child that comes
stomping through the room.
I guess that wouldn't make any sense, but
that would be a harrowing experience. And it shot up to a number 1 seat. You gotta see this Andy animatronic.
Yeah, I just think that Roundup Rodeo, I can find better barbecue in Epcot at Sam Eagles.
Even if it's the same as Regal Eagle, the ability to just grab it on the go while you're vibing in Epcot just feels better to me.
Yeah. I guess one thing to say is that there's not that many places to eat in Epcot with kids in mind. I guess you have 50s and you have Hollywood Vine. Oh, and then you have Sci-Fi. Actually, no. Yeah, you have a good amount of locations.
Most of the restaurants in Hollywood Studios are
for kids,
fairly family friendly.
Yeah. They're not for kids.
Right.
But they're like most of Epcot's restaurants, I would say, are not. Maybe as accessible.
Regal Eagle is probably one of the safest thing in World Showcase.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, Rose and Crown.
Yeah, Rose and Crown.
Rose and Crown.
Well, anyway, my vote is going for
San Angel.
San Angel. My vote's going for San Angel in Epcot.
I will also vote for San Angel.
As will I.
Well, guys, it's interesting to know this is not a 5-0 vote for San Angel. It is actually a 3-2 because the listeners voted for Roundup Rodeo.
Not surprising.
Got some barbecue fans.
Because barbecue is very good and it is seems like a very fun place.
So for our next matchup, we have the 5th seed, the Boathouse, versus the 12th seed, Akershus Royal Banquet Hall.
Springs versus Epcot.
Yes. Boathouse in Springs. Akershus is in Epcot.
Where is it in Epcot?
512 is always...
Where's Epcot?
Where is it in Epcot?
Oh, it's in the Norway
Pavilion.
You go. Yeah.
The 512 is usually where these things get a little wonky.
Yeah.
When you're making your NCAA brackets. I don't know if this is going to be the. Well, didn't say the copywritten name.
I guess.
I don't know if that's going to be the case in this one.
I don't think
Boathouse is a powerhouse, extremely popular.
Boathouse could be a 1 seed, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, if we were separating them out by where they were located, as opposed to just having the random regions, Boathouse might have been the number 1 out of Springs.
Yeah,
it has a legs to stand on. Certainly, the most popular restaurant in Disney Springs is one of the most popular independently owned restaurants in the world, against a place to meet princesses.
I was gonna say this is
In
another
Disney World.
family dining. The big buy here is a character breakfast
Right.
at Akershoe's. I've never eaten here, but I've never heard anything about the restaurant that did not specifically talk about the character breakfast,
Right.
which is where I think in the beginning, which is where you were able to meet Anna and Elsa. It's an easy place to have a family-friendly breakfast where the kids are going to have your Mickey waffles and scrambled eggs and whatnot, and then get some photo opportunities. So again, for different people, there's different priorities. This is a huge deal for families.
Yeah.
I also think the Boathouse appeals to everybody. It's a steakhouse. It's got all the stuff you would expect a traditional American restaurant to have. Akershus, because it's in Norway, it does have some Norwegian food. So actually, the adventurous eater might lean toward Akershus because everyone's been to a steakhouse. Right?
Yeah.
Like the Boathouse is surf and turf, where Akershus is like, there's Norwegian food. Like, what is that? Is it really just tinned fish?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
So I would actually like to email the Retro WW podcast guys and ask them, because I remember being younger, walking past Norway and smelling fish. Right.
Yes.
And it was the most disgusting fish. Like I grew up fishing on a boat and catching flounder, catching fluke, things like that, bluefish. But the fish that you smelt from Akershire was horrendous.
Yeah, because it's like that. It's that tinned like think about like anchovies, but like a large fish.
If we have any Norwegian listeners, we're sorry.
You're so sorry. Yeah. No, but it's not like that anymore, I guess. But they still have Norwegian.
They still have some Norwegian food.
I'm looking at the menu
Yeah.
on Disney's website. There are words on this menu I won't even try to pronounce. So yeah, there's a lot of
there is some
I'm proud of
authentic
Disney.
foreign
Yes.
offerings.
Yeah, proud of Disney. for
Yeah,
that.
which again, probably I would imagine the breakfast is more popular than lunch because of it's probably a lot more adventurous at lunch.
Right. Well, actually, now I think I want to make Akershire a go-to for me to try out during lunch. I think that would be cool.
Try some new cuisines.
Yeah. I think I would like that.
Say hi to Anna and Elsa.
But let's go through with
I know Sean wants to.
Sean loves Anna and Elsa.
My opinions on them are they're fine.
His favorite princesses.
So let's go around and go with our votes. Sean, what's your vote here?
The Boathouse.
I'm also voting for the Boathouse.
I too will vote for the Boathouse, and the listeners with a score of 160 to 58 also voted for seed number 5, the Boathouse.
Yeah.
All right.
So continuing on in the monorail region, our next matchup is seed number 4, the Yachtsman Steakhouse versus seed number 13, Trattoria Al Forno at the Boardwalk.
Now we've got resorts against each other. The Yacht Club and the Boardwalk. So a battle of Crescent Lake restaurants. Trattoria Al Forno, it's just an Italian restaurant, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Like
I will say about
Trattoria Al Forno.
Trattoria Al Forno is that when it reopened after COVID, it had the chef from Flying Fish in there, which completely revamped their menu. And
so is this like the best Italian restaurant in Disney World right now?
I think that this is definitely one of the better Italian restaurants in Disney World.
This is a New York bias. I
agreed.
don't care how good your Italian restaurant in Disney World is. It's not going to be anywhere near as good as the food we can get here. So when people hype up Italian restaurants at Disney, I tend to think it's always a grain of salt. Regardless, the Yachtsman Steakhouse is one of the best meals I've ever had has been at the Yachtsman. So that is my vote. It wasn't even a second thought.
Yeah, this is a powerhouse signature restaurant against a place that we are biased towards is eating Italian in any other place besides in New York. It has to be Yachtsman for me.
Agreed, Yachtsman. And the listeners also agree with a score of 61 to 12. Yachtsman wins it.
Let's go,
right.
listeners.
Okay,
Listeners like
get
steak.
Yeah. All right, heading down the list, our next matchup is seed number 6, Chefs de France versus seed number 11, Olivia's Cafe at Old Key West.
All right. Okay. See, now this is like Olivia's Cafe, very nostalgic. A lot of old DVC people love Olivia's Cafe. Chefs de France, obviously French food, notoriously great, but adventurous. I'm curious to see what the listeners put here.
Well, we're not going to do that until the end.
Oh, okay. We won't do that to the end.
I would be hesitant to book at Chefs de France because I've seen the menu. It is very much...
It's a French restaurant.
It's a French restaurant.
Yeah. You might have that French onion soup and then be lost after that.
Yeah. You got a burger back there? Olivia's Cafe, you hit on it. It's a popular restaurant amongst kind of a niche audience, like people that are old DVC members, people that love Old Key West. People that are Old Key West heads are Old Key West heads.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost its own cult.
Yeah.
It's like a sect of Disney Vacation Club people.
Yes,
are
absolutely.
Old Key West people.
a very specific subsect of the Disney adult are Old Key West heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, my vote for this was Olivia's Cafe.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And my vote personally is Chefs de France.
Okay. Well, I voted for Olivia's Cafe mainly because I like DVC restaurants, right? And there's not many of them out there, but restaurants that are like in a DVC only resort, I think tend to have less choices, but are more fairly reasonable, and everything there is just good, right? And Olivia's Cafe, like I've eaten there once, and it was just a good meal. That was it. It was a good meal. I'm gonna go for Olivia's Cafe, and the listeners also with a score of 49-40 went Olivia's
Wow,
Cafe.
That's
closer-
a tough, closer
than I thought it would have been.
Yes. Okay, our next matchup is seed number 3, Chef Art Smith's Homecoming in Disney Springs versus the 14th seed, Beaches and Cream Soda Shop at Beach Club.
So I wonder how you're going to vote because you just said how much you love DVC resort restaurants, and that is what Beaches and Cream is.
No, because Beach Club is not just a...
It's not DVC.
It's not just DVC.
Oh,
It's not just
Oh,
DVC.
I thought the way they split that resort out was that Beach Club was the DVC and the yacht
No.
was...
The DVC portion of Beach Club is actually very small.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's one of the
interesting.
smaller footprints.
Well, it's one of the smallest resorts.
That's true too, yeah.
I will talk a lot more about. I'm hoping we're talking a lot more about Chef Art Smith's Homecoming in the future. Beaches and Cream diner food, right? With the kitchen sink.
Kitchen sink is their famous big sundae. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been there. The ice cream's good.
It's
good. It's nice. It's fun.
It's not going to compete with Oprah's chef.
and just the best fried chicken I've ever had.
It's so good. I'm going to vote for Chef Art Smith's Homecoming.
I too will vote for Chef Art Smith's Homecoming.
On my last trip to Disney, I was there for 5 days, and I ate at Chef Art Smith's 3 times. I will be voting for Chef Art Smith's Homecoming.
I'll be voting
Too much fried chicken.
for Beaches and Cream.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
With a score of 199-35, the listeners also voted for Chef Art Smith's Homecoming.
The rightful one.
Okay, our next matchup, seed number 7, Tusker House Restaurant at Disney's Animal Kingdom versus the 10th seed, Spice Road Table at Epcot.
This is the toughest matchup we've seen
Yeah?
so far. Arguably the best character food with Tusker House.
Yeah.
And you get safari characters against Spice Road Table, which is... It's kind of a tapas style.
And again, it's a relatively adventurous menu.
Very adventurous.
Yeah.
It's a small menu of like kebabs.
Yeah.
And they have hummus fries that are crazy good. They got like a kick to them. A great drink menu.
I was
Great
gonna
bar,
say,
Spice Road Table. Maybe we don't have to talk about the Moroccan Mule today.
Oh, we never talk about that. What are you talking about?
never bring that up.
We never bring that up.
But to me, this feels very, very even.
You know what's funny is that I was all set to vote one way, and I just went and looked at
The menus?
No, my bracket that I made like a couple days ago just for fun, and I voted the other way. And I guess that shows you how close these two actually are.
Extremely close.
But I think I have to take the bar out of it.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm not going to be going to the bar. I'm sitting at the table, right?
You get a great view of the lake at Spice Road Table.
You do, actually. It's outside.
And there's indoor outdoor.
Okay.
You can sit outside to one side, and on the other side it's indoor.
And there's always a reservation. Like you
can walk
always
up. You can always walk up and sit outside. They always have availability. I've never gotten a reservation there, but I've eaten there twice. So
I've never been to Tusker House though.
I've had breakfast at Tusker House right after the pandemic. I think I had lunch there in like 2011.
Okay.
It's
character dining.
It's character dining. It's safari characters.
Right.
So it's a custom outfit. There is some African food, but I think there are other places that I would rather go for African food that we'll talk about in some of these other brackets.
That's a great point. That's a very good point.
It's not the only place you can get African cuisine and try something new in Disney World because they don't have that other restaurant open in Morocco. It is the only place to get Moroccan food or any food that is that kind of Mediterranean, Middle Eastern vibe.
Yeah. You actually just convinced me, JJ.
I'm voting for Spice Road Table.
I'm going Spice Road Table. Sean?
My vote is Tusker House.
Your vote is Tusker House.
So it's all on the fans then.
Okay, so with a score of 96 to 35, Tusker House wins it for the
Wow,
for the
3-2.
listeners.
A hard-fought match for Spice Road Table.
So our next matchup, we have the second seed, Narcoossee's, versus the 15th seed, Tony's Town Square Restaurant in Magic Kingdom.
I learned that Tony's Town Square Restaurant existed by reading this bracket.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. No idea. Where is it? What is it?
Right, one of the first things you see when you get on Main Street to the right.
Tony's Town Square.
Yeah, it's right next to where you meet Mickey,
Yeah, it's you.
the theater.
You meet Mickey on Main Street
Yeah.
and Tony's Town Square are like right next to each other.
I've just never.
I would say the only thing I would use Tony's Town Square for is a reservation outside to see the parade go by. And if you can have a glass of wine while watching the parade go by, that's pretty cool.
That is a move that I've seen online a lot that I would like to try sometime. If you can get garlic bread with Alfredo sauce as a dip. And you can have a drink on the patio and watch the parade go by.
Huh.
That's pretty cool.
That's a vibe, but I don't think it's close to a vibe that compares to Narcoossee's.
No.
Yeah.
And I just went to Narcoossee's last time we were at Disney World for the first time, and it's something that Honorary Geek Michael, my brother-in-law, has talked about forever, right? He loves this bar there. He loves
Big
the
Narcoossee's
restaurant.
guy.
He's a big Narcoossee's guy.
Well, he plays a lot also with his dietary, right? Like he's been pescatarian, he's been vegetarian.
Yes, that's
and
true.
Narcoossee's is
Vegan.
definitely a restaurant that plays into that. I think it's maybe the best restaurant to be a pescatarian at.
Oh yeah,
It's seafood forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
Flying fish maybe. Coral Reef if you like Red Lobster. That's
But bad.
It's just bad
Coral
seafood.
Reef,
Probably.
if you hate yourself.
If you hate yourself and fish.
I don't want to give away my vote with Coral Reef yet, but it can burn down and I wouldn't care as long as no one's in it.
And the fish are okay.
And the fish are okay. There's a lot of water in there, So I'm voting Narcoossee's.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
With a score of 206 to 9. Narcoossee's wins.
That might be the most lopsided one we've seen.
No, I think.
Oh, no, the first one was
California
also-
Grill,
Yeah.
first cafe, yeah.
All right, that does it for the monorail region. Our next region is the boat region. JJ, why don't you bring us through the boat region?
All right. So
Sorry, the boats.
boats. That one's for all your How I Met Your Mother fans out there. Boats. We've got the 1 seed Tiffin's Restaurant at Disney's Animal Kingdom against the 16 seed T-Rex Cafe at Disney Springs.
This is a spiritual sequel to the first matchup in the the monorail region.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool to see dinosaur animatronics. It's the only place to see dinosaurs in all of Disney World now that Dinoland USA is closed. It's got to be such a big favorite for kids.
Yeah. Again, it's a safe, family friendly, fun kids love it choice. So again, I'm not going to be stunned to see votes for this. I'm sure there won't be many, but we are taking the bar and alcohol factor out of our decision making. But I will always have a soft spot for a cotton candy teeny at the T-Rex bar.
The bar at T-Rex
is really fun.
Is actually really fun.
I've never been there. I got.
You have been there.
You have been there
a couple times
in 2010.
Yeah.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, we were
With
all
us.
there. Yeah.
Is that when they used to have a cigar shop?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sosa's Cigar Bar. Yeah.
Yes.
That place was
Yeah.
great.
That's right. Okay, I remember that now.
Yeah. But again, I have some fond memories of T-Rex, but it's mostly drinking related. So the easy vote for me is Tiffin's.
Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna end up this whole thing. It's gonna be Tiffin's again at the end. Imagine where the best bar is Nomad
also
Lounge,
the best restaurant.
and the best restaurant is the restaurant right next to the best bar. I'm also voting for Tiffin's, by the way.
Well, with a score of 115.
Well, how are you voting?
Oh, I am voting for Tiffin's. But with a score of 115 to 3, Tiffin's wins. There were 3 people though that chose the T-Rex over Tiffin's.
Wow,
Which is fair. You know, if you have a family,
I respect
Yes.
the votes. I respect the votes.
it's definitely way more approachable than Tiffin's is.
Yeah.
Tiffin's is maybe the most adventurous restaurant in Disney World.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the 8 seed, the Rose and Crown Dining Room, against the 9 seed, 50s Primetime Cafe. See, now this is supposed to be very even, but I feel like this is very lopsided to me.
Yeah.
I have a personal vendetta against all of those restaurants where people razz you about eating. I don't know what it is. Like, where they're like, finish your vet. So 50s Primetime Cafe, for people who don't know, is in Hollywood Studios. It's on Echo Lake. And it is supposed to be like transport you to the 1950s. There's old TV shows on these TV screens. And your waiter is supposed to be like a family member, like an aunt or a cousin. But it's very 1950s, like, finish your vegetables, keep your elbows off the table. Like, they can kind of tease or razz you. And there's just something about, and it's all like classic 50s American foods. It's like meatloaf and like heavy stuff. It just doesn't fit the hot Florida sun vibes.
Yeah,
to me.
I definitely get that.
It's just such a mismatch to me. Like, you want chicken pot pie and someone to tell you to finish eating your vegetables when it's 100 degrees out. Like, it's just so not the right fit.
Yeah, fried chicken. You got a Caesar salad, grilled salmon. I mean, you're not finding grilled salmon in the 1950s in the traditional American home. Mom's old fashioned pot roast, though.
Yeah,
right. Which actually that does sound good.
Well, it's cold out here, and pot roast is great on a nice cold day.
Then you got your, every Disney place is, you're gonna have like your pasta, right? You have a rigatoni pasta here. You have your chicken pot pie, like you said. You're gonna have your meat. You're gonna have a pasta. You're gonna have a fish, and you're gonna have some type of salad at every Disney restaurant, just so that everyone has an option.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a wedding.
Yeah, like a wedding. Yep. I tend to agree. I think that 50s prime time is not necessarily for me. We did eat there a couple times when we were kids, and it was never really my favorite.
Yeah.
While Rose and Crown has a piano player in it, like, that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah,
like,
and it's right on the water. Beautiful view of
Yeah.
Is the piano player in the restaurant area?
Yes, he's in the restaurant area, but often playing before
Before it
lunch,
gets crowded.
lunchtime.
Yeah.
before the restaurant's even open. It's really only open for dinner.
Right, you can sit in there if you can go get quick service and then sit in there, and then at like 5 o'clock they kick you out, and then they start serving
dinner.
Yeah,
but that was one of my favorite moves, was eating at Rose and Crown outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
And watch illuminations on the water.
Yeah.
I think maybe that is, the nostalgia for that is fueling my preference. Yeah, English, UK, British.
Yeah, I was
is
gonna
not
say,
like cuisine.
Right. It's not that the menu is actually not surprisingly, but it's just the menu is pretty. It's fish and chips, shepherd's pie, bangers and mash, and tikka masala, which is a huge, popular huge dish over in the UK. So it's nothing that you're really extending your palate to try or to consume. But so But
And-
I
and
just think the vibe and the
Yeah.
environment, and I love Rose and Crown. I've had a lot of great times there, both drinking and eating. It's one of my favorite places in Epcot, so it's a very easy vote for me for Rose and Crown.
Agreed. It's Rose and Crown to me by a mile.
So I'm also going to vote Rose and Crown, but we should see what the listeners vote. One of the closest outcomes,
Wow.
a score of 63-60, they voted for Rose and Crown Dining Room.
Wow, that is razor thin.
Yeah, very, very thin.
Okay, next matchup, the dreaded 5 and 12. Let's see if there's an upset at hand here. We've got the 5 seed Jaleo by Jose Andres in Disney Springs against the 12 seed Hollywood and Vine at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Hollywood and Vine is a character dining experience on Echo Lake, pretty much right next to 50's Primetime Cafe, or the previous matchup. And Jaleo is on the west side of Disney Springs. It is a Spanish tapas restaurant by a very world-famous chef, Jose Andres. Again, an adventurous eaters versus family dining, another matchup of that.
Yeah, we're getting that a lot.
It's, I've never been to Jaleo. I have been to Hollywood and Vine, but Jaleo has been for a while the thing at Springs I most want to try next. Menu looks great. Looks like it can get pricey because it's tapas and it gets a little out of control and you're spending, $90 a person on dinner that wasn't that filling.
Right, right.
But I still want to try it. I know every review says it's great. Hollywood and Vine is classic character dining. So I kind of could understand the vote going either way for our listeners. What about you guys?
I've eaten at both, and I think that Hollywood and Vine, the buffet, there's nothing really special about it. You're getting your classic buffet items, but Jaleo is just, there's so much. Like if you look up the menu,
it's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's absolutely huge, and the paella is so good there. You have to order the paella like 20 minutes before you actually want it because they're legitimately cooking it there for you, right? So it is. I'm gonna go Jaleo like all the time over Hollywood Vine.
I'm also going to vote for Jaleo.
I'm gonna switch the vote. My vote's gonna go for Hollywood and Vine. I think every now and then one of these nice, fun family restaurants should come through because it gives you everything that you're really going to Disney World for as a family. And Jaleo is just not what I'm. Number one, I personally I can't stand tapas places.
For the reason of me that I just described.
I don't like, you have to order 6 different things to get filled up. Everything is, $20+ each. And this style of cuisine is not, if I'm in Springs, there's probably 3 or 4 other places I would think to go to. So I'm not drawn to Jaleo. So my vote is for Hollywood and Vine.
The fans get to decide now.
The fans get to decide. A score of 67-19. Jaleo wins.
Okay.
Yes.
The next matchup is going to hurt someone's feelings.
I don't think so, and I'll say why.
I think so. This is a battle of the same resort, of a classic nostalgic meal against a hot newcomer. It's very interesting. I almost don't even know where I'm going to vote. This is the number 4 seed Ohana against the number 13 seed Waialulu Bar and Grill, which was only able to be included because it recently picked up the ability to get dining reservations.
Oh yeah, that was also a rule, right? You had to
be able to
you
have to have advanced reservations.
Yeah. Yes, if it was a place that didn't take reservations, it wasn't allowed to be considered in the running. And at the last minute, Waialulu, in the past couple months, it added dining reservations, which then qualifies it as a restaurant and not just a bar.
Yeah.
So it got put in, and I've had some good meals at Waialulu.
Yeah.
But I've also had great meals. Some of my favorite experiences in Disney World from 10 years ago were at Ohana.
Yes.
But
From 10 years ago.
You forget though, Ohana's back.
just because that TikTok got us 100,000 views.
Some of these listeners are listening solely because
of that TikTok.
Remember that.
I think Wailulu is too new, I think, for people to have this compassion, this fiery desire towards it winning. I'm looking at the menu right now. There's a lot of great things on the menu,
and it's all really good.
There's a lot of great food that you're not getting at Ohana, because Ohana is, if you don't know, family style. You're paying right now, I think it's in the high 60s, low 70s per person for the dinner. Steak, chicken, shrimp. It used to do the skewers, but now they just bring big platters out, the noodles, the wings, the vegetables. You know what food you're getting.
Yeah.
So in terms of menu variety, Wailulu, I think, is the clear winner in that regard. But I've never been to Wailulu. My vote is Ohana, just because it's when I think of Disney World and dining, Ohana's like maybe the top 2 restaurants I think of. It's nostalgia for me. I think the food's really good. A lot of people have their opinions on it. That's fine. That's kind of why we're doing this. I don't think Wailulu has been around long enough to get this, like, you know.
Oh, I definitely agree with you there.
Competition.
Yeah. Like it's not enough people know about it.
Yeah.
Not enough people know about it. I think that Ohana, like, there's certain things about it I love, and there's other things about it I absolutely hate. I think the idea of going there to watch fireworks and have the music be pumped in is completely overrated. You can't see it very well from there,
and not everybody shuts up. Like, a lot of people don't care.
Right.
Like I've done that a couple times, and specifically have asked when we get there. You know, we made an 8:30 reservation for a reason. If it's possible, can you seat us against the window?
Yeah.
Because if you make a reservation at Ohana specifically to watch the fireworks, and they put you at one of those first tables when you walk in, you're not seeing anything.
You're not seeing anything.
You can hear the music, but you don't see anything out the window.
And that's why people don't shut up, because half the restaurant can't see it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I liked it so much better when it was skewers, when they were coming around like Brazilian steakhouse style, right?
Yep.
And I think that it is too much of a crapshoot of the quality of food you're going to get and how well it's cooked. Sometimes that meat is way overcooked. Sometimes, it's perfect, right? And I don't know, I'd rather have
Wailulu feels more consistent.
It feels more consistent, yeah. And I've eaten there now a bunch of times in order to develop that. Okay, it wasn't just a one-time thing, right?
I will also say 2 things. We haven't brought up that Ohana has the character breakfast. You can meet Stitch at breakfast.
That's true.
There's typically a guy with a ukulele around dinner time if you go earlier.
Is that still the case?
Yes, it's still the case. They don't go as crazy with like the MC and the limbo stuff.
Yeah, there weren't like a parade of people going around the restaurant when I was there.
That was nice.
Yeah, we did that.
Yes,
we did that. Maybe we could throw in those pictures of us with the maracas.
Doing some limbo stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should post that.
Did they give us like coconut bras or something?
We had Lays.
Lays,
and
okay.
and maracas.
Okay.
And there's a picture of me and you specifically.
Yes.
Elise has the picture somewhere, I'm sure.
Awesome.
Wailulu, everything I had there was very good. The dish that Sam had, she got the fish, the catch of the day, and it was like a green curry.
The catch from Bay Lake?
It's gator.
That's funny.
But it was so good. It was one of the best things we ate the whole time, and it was from just a place that you could only go. At that time, it was just a bar.
Yeah.
You walked up, and they're like, yeah, they had tables and waiters and stuff, but it was walk up only. It wasn't a reservation place, and great for Wailulu that it is now a reservation place. This matchup is really, really tight.
And I actually think watching the fireworks from Wailulu is a better view than watching it from Ohana. You're slightly closer. It's more open. If you're outside, I guess. If you're inside, it's not. If you're inside,
because you're too far back.
Yeah,
it's like the same problem as being in the back part of Ohana.
Yeah, like if you're at one of those infinity
edge seating,
like that would be really cool.
Yeah, really cool seating options there. Both have spectacular views of the Seven Seas Lagoon.
The pork chop there, very good.
I'm looking at the menu, and the marinated pork chop and the short rib loco moco look really good.
Yeah.
Yes. The The burger is excellent. That volcano sauce has a nice kick to it.
Smash patties. Everyone's into smash patties right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had an appetizer too when I was there that was...
Oh, the tuna chips.
Tuna chips, the masubi.
Those are good. Oh, we had the masubi, and that was excellent.
Yeah. All right, so my vote is going to be Wailulu.
Oh, gosh. I still don't know. Pass. Sean, go vote for Ohana.
We'll come... How do I stall and delay so that JJ can make his decision? My vote is for Ohana.
I think, ultimately, Wailulu has only been doing it for a year. Ohana has had their ups and downs, but is a staple of Walt Disney World for well over 2 decades now. So I think I have to give the vote to experience reluctantly and vote for Ohana, but the fans can still push one through. And I think whichever one wins this is going to go pretty far. This could have easily been a savory 16 or an elegant 8 matchup, and I wouldn't have batted an eye.
Yeah.
The fact this is happening in the first round, I guess it is what it is, because there's only going to be one winner in the end anyway. Yeah. So,
well, the winner is Tony's Town Sweet. No, the winner is Ohana.
Wow.
The listeners on a score of 186 to 92 voted for Ohana. Okay. So. It was closer than I thought for Wailulu being such a new restaurant.
But if you look at those numbers, the way that scoring
if you have Wailulu going far in a lot of brackets, it's totaling numbers.
It seems like whichever one you had coming out of there is going pretty far, where you're seeing 2 high numbers.
Yeah.
180 and 90. So it's like,
that means people have these restaurants in
going
the
deep.
16. Yeah.
Going deep, yes. Yeah. All right. The number 6 seed, Sebastian's Bistro at Caribbean Beach against the number 11 seed, Storybook Dining at Artist Point in Wilderness Lodge. That is a very easy name to say. Storybook Dining at Artist Point, Wilderness Lodge.
Well, I haven't been to Artist Point since it became Storybook Dining. I went with Emily on our first trip in 2018. We were the only people in the restaurant, and I think that's why it changed to Storybook Dining. We had a great experience, though. Like, we had a great time. It was really good. It was very good food. Storybook Dining now it is character based, and it has the
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Thank you. It's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs themed, right? So you get to meet the Seven Dwarfs there. Not all of the dwarfs, but a lot of the dwarves. And you get the evil queen. And you get the evil queen, too.
That's actually really cool.
There's only 4 of the 7 dwarfs?
Yeah, I don't think it's all 7 of them. I think the only time you get to meet all 7 is during...
How busy could they be?
One of the parties.
Oh, okay.
Mickey's Very Merry Christmas, or... I think it's Mickey's Very Merry Christmas. You get to meet all 7.
Sorry, 5 of the 7 dwarfs were busy today.
We only got 2 dwarfs for you. Yeah... I mean, so Storybook Dining at Artist Point is one of those prefix menus now, character and prefix, against Sebastian's Bistro, which is a family style Caribbean food. And
this is in a way prefix. When you think about it,
yeah, right. Everyone gets the same meal.
It's in the vein of Ohana.
Yeah, it's just like Ohana, where you pay one price, except that price is much lower than Ohana.
Sebastian's is. I had a great meal there when we went there.
Sebastian's is like my bang for your buck favorite restaurant, because you can come there so hungry, and feast, or you could have a human amount of food and really enjoy it because it's a different type of cuisine that Disney doesn't really have anywhere else. You're not getting Caribbean flavors anywhere else.
Yeah, and it feels like a really good restaurant that lets the adults have a more adult meal while the kids can still have fun. I think this is a winner on a lot of... it checks a lot of boxes in terms of what you'd look for for a good family meal.
Yeah, so I've actually been to Sebastian's Bistro with a vegetarian. They bring out a whole different plate of vegetarian options for their mains. They're not just eating the sides. They'll bring out Beyond Sausage and all sorts of other stuff that are specifically vegetarian entree food. Also, if you go with a kid or a picky eater or something, they do still have chicken nuggets and mac and cheese and that stuff. That's part of the kids' platters.
Yeah.
I think they do a good job of letting you have your cake and eat it too, with offering something that's adventurous, but also at an accessible price point. Like some of these restaurants at Animal Kingdom Lodge are pricey to try an exotic cuisine.
Even Ohana, a family of 4 at Ohana is spending
$70 a person.
$300+.
Yes.
When you figure the adults are maybe going to have a drink or a glass of wine or a cocktail, you know, the dinner for 4 at Ohana could cost you almost $400 with tip and everything.
Yeah, how much is an adult price there? Is it like 70
I think it's $69.99 now, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like $72 or $73.99.
And Sebastian's is still right
it's in
around
the 50s,
40.
I think. Is it? No.
I think it's
we both
it's
went to our
low.
laptops. Like, what?
I'm pretty sure if it's in the 40s, it's in the low 40s. It might be $39.95.
That's the best deal on property if
Possibly.
if it's that. $39 per adult.
$39.
That's insane. That's almost half the price of Ohana, and I think the food you get may be better.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I'll say this. Sebastian's made it very clear that even though it's an all you care to, they don't say all you can eat.
No. Yeah.
They don't
yeah.
even say
It's all you care to enjoy.
They don't even say that.
When you ask for something more, they make it very clear. We could bring you one more thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
At Ohana, they'll still, if you say you want more chicken steak and noodles, they're bringing you 3 more platters.
Right.
They're still going to bring you as much as you want. So
Yes.
when you're paying $72, $73 a person, you have the accessibility to more food is there. But even at $40, you're not leaving Sebastian's hungry.
No, we couldn't eat, and we did ask for more chicken, I think, right? When we went?
I think we asked. We
got more steak
more steak and
more
one
shrimp.
of the sides.
Oh, was it more sides? Okay.
There was a side that there wasn't that much of, and we asked for more of maybe we asked for more rice. We might have asked for more rice because we think we only got 1 little cup of rice for 5 people.
Yeah.
So I think we asked for another cup of rice, and we asked for more steak, and maybe we also asked for more pork.
$39 is.
It's the best deal.
Yeah.
It's the most bang for your buck restaurant in Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
I'm going to be riding pretty hard for Sebastian's through this tournament. It's going to face some heavy hitters, though, so I don't know how long it's going to fly. But for now, I'm certainly voting for Sebastian's.
Especially when you consider, I mean, just in the last hour or so, I've looked at the menus of a couple different places. Entree prices are in the high 20s, low 30s, and you're getting your entire meal for $39.
Yeah.
Great dessert at Sebastian's. The salad is really good. The rolls are good. So you're getting a 3-course meal.
Yeah.
For the same price as
one good entree and a drink, maybe.
As an entree, and splitting, like, let's say you're 4 people, you get 1 appetizer to split, and then everybody gets an entree. You're already at the same price as Sebastian's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My vote is going to be for Sebastian's.
So that's clean across the Geeks, so the fan vote apparently doesn't matter.
Uh-oh.
The fan vote, it won't matter here, but it is interesting to note that it was a very rare tie.
A tie?
Yes, 47 points each, Sebastian's and Storybook Dining. So it's a good thing, actually, that it didn't matter.
Not that the fans don't matter.
No.
You all matter.
Calm down, Rover. I was only kidding.
All right. We are continuing the boat region, and we've got the number 3 seed, Flying Fish, at the Boardwalk, against the number 14 seed, 1900 Park Fair, at the Grand Floridian. I have a feeling we'll be talking about the Grand Floridian a few times on this bracket. There's a lot of good restaurants at Grand Floridian and Boardwalk. We already talked about a Boardwalk place before, but this is their signature one.
Yes.
This used to be Cat Cora's, and it was excellent when it was Cat Cora's. I think it's kind of gotten a little less outstanding over the years. Might need a little refresh. I'm sure there are still things there that are excellent because it is a signature dining at one of the best resorts in all of Disney World.
Right.
1900 Park Fair. Again, characters. There's a lot of cool, unique characters. You can meet Tiana there. But it is a character buffet and probably one of the lower rated ones at Grand Floridian.
And princes, right? There's a prince.
Princes and princesses.
Yeah, prince and princesses.
Yes. So you get to meet Tiana and Naveen. Aladdin is there. There's some other stuff. It's a very interesting mix. Some unique offerings. And then they have a classic, a strawberry soup.
Mm-hmm.
that is only available at 1900 Park Fair.
Interesting. I you know what? I didn't look this up. Maybe I'll look this up right now. But as far as character dinings go, that 1900 Park Fair is actually one of the more affordable ones, I thought.
It's one of the more unique ones when you talk about buffets and when you talk about character buffets.
Yeah.
Because the quality of character is so high and so unique. I think that means something.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's $69 per adult.
It's pricey.
Yeah.
Because it's a Grand Floridian.
Right.
But we're going against Flying Fish. There are a lot of restaurants that do what Flying Fish is doing, though.
I'm gonna go Flying Fish. I don't know. I just, if I'm at Grand Floridian, I'm probably going to be eating somewhere else other than 1900.
Especially at $70 a person.
Yes.
It opens you up to two extremely good restaurants, one of which we already spoke about, in Arcuzzi's.
Right. And I would rather go to one of those places. And for characters, okay, it is very unique characters, but there are other, I think, better character dining locations that you could go to throughout your vacation. And that maybe doesn't necessarily have to be at 1900 Park Fair. So I'm going to be voting for Flying Fish.
I'm also going to be voting for Flying Fish, ultimately.
Oh, great. Sean?
Gee golly.
Oh, wonderful.
Thanks, mister.
Gee, thanks.
I have absolutely no dog in this fight here. I'm not a seafood eater, and I agree with Andrew. If I'm going to go to eat at the Grand Floridian, it's not going to be here. So I just went with what's probably the better restaurant. My vote is for Flying Fish.
Okay. And the listeners also agreed with us with an 86 points. Flying Fish beats 37 points, 1900 Park Fair.
Wow. Now, for our next matchup, we've got the number 7 seed, Boma, Flavors of Africa, against the number 10 seed, Ale and Compass Restaurant at the Yacht and Beach Club. Well, the Yacht Club. Jeez, so used to saying those together.
Yeah.
Ale and Compass is the second restaurant at the Yacht Club that we're talking about today. You know, very standard American style foods, and against a very adventurous buffet, the most adventurous buffet in all of Disney, Boma. African foods, lots of options. There's kids options on the table, but there's meat carving stations with exotic sauces. There's very authentic dishes, outstanding. The butternut squash soup there is excellent. This is the place that popularized an Animal Kingdom Lodge dessert staple, the Zebra Dome. There's something for everybody. The seating there is really cool. I sat at a table that was shaped like Africa.
Nice.
When I go with my extended family and stuff, we've always gotten Boma. The first time I went to Animal Kingdom Lodge, it was to go to Boma. Like I was going to Boma, and I ended up kind of falling in love with the Animal Kingdom Lodge in the process.
Yeah.
I've had some really great meals there. I had one that was like, oh, they changed some stuff, and it wasn't, but it was right after the pandemic ended. So much like Ohana, I'm sure I've heard nothing but great things about Boma. So I'm sure that was just maybe a blip on their radar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Boma is, I have not eaten at Boma, but it may be at the top of my list of places I want to eat at the next time I'm there.
I mean, all you can eat ribs and all you can eat like roast beef with like good sauces to pair with it.
I'm looking at the buffet list.
Yeah.
You've got at least 16 to 20 things on the list, and it's $58 per adult. So like you're getting a ton of food for $58
Oh, I thought
per
it was
adult.
65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a good price point, and you're getting a lot of food. A lot of these things you're going to be maybe trying for the first time.
Yes.
And if you don't love it, you don't have to commit to a dish of it. You don't have to commit to a plate of it.
You can just scoop a little bite and you try it.
Yeah.
It's so great for like opening your eyes to new African cuisines. Like it's so foreign to a lot of our palates to go and try stuff. It's a really cool place.
Yeah.
At some point, though, like buffets kind of skeeve me out a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I tend to like. I know you're saying like you could try all these different things. I tend to gravitate to things that I know, and that's not really that's a me problem. That's a me problem. The soups there are very good too. They have a lot of different soups. I'm a soup guy. I like
The butternut
soups.
squash soup is outstanding there.
Yeah.
There's also maybe like a seafood stew or something in
Yeah.
there. That was also outrageous. They're really good soups there. Whoever does the soups, I think it's called a saucier, the person who makes soups and sauces.
Soup guy.
They are knocking it out of the park at Boma.
I'm going to throw out the argument for Ale and Compass
I knew you would.
because it does have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which is kind of unusual for.
Sit down breakfast,
Yeah.
served breakfast that's not just quick service is kind of rare.
Right.
Or character buffet.
The food there is more seafood based, but it's always like just very like dependable. I've eaten there like a bunch of times, and it's always been like for me when I need something, Ale and Compass like delivers.
Yeah, it's important to know that Ale and Compass and the Yachtsman are like New England style seafood, steakhouse and seafood restaurants. Like, there's a lot of crab bisque and clam chowders and things on the menu. Like, it's a lot of comfort food, but like seafood because the New England big seafood
Region, yeah.
region.
Yeah.
Clams and lobster, you think New England clam chowder,
Yeah.
Maine for lobster rolls. Like, it's representing that region.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I did eat at Boma in 2023, and I don't know, Emily and I, maybe we just didn't have the best experience.
Maybe it's a post-pandemic. Maybe they're not what they were pre-pandemic. Because I went there. What's funny is right before the pandemic, I went to Boma with my extended family, and then I went with my in-laws in 2022, like post-pandemic, and I didn't have quite as good of an experience in 2022.
Yeah.
So maybe there was a little rough patch 22, 23 when they were still kind of cycling back up to speed.
And I
But
don't-
every review I still see from them
is great.
is still great.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
2025. So maybe this is a blip in a radar that there was just maybe they needed to change something over and kind of right the ship.
Well, and the atmosphere too, like, was chaotic. It was cramped. We just did not have the best experience.
Well-
not even with just the food. I thought the food was good. It was okay. It was all right. Like, I didn't love everything. I didn't but we just were like, after a while, we're just like, okay, you done? Let's get out of here. You know what I mean? And that might be also going with a 2-person. You're on a 2-top. We're in the middle of everything, and it's like a little crazy. I would have liked to have been off to the side.
It's like when
more.
you go to Cheesecake Factory with 2 people and they put you in that row where it's like I'm 2 and then you're like 6 inches away from another
Yes.
table of 2.
Yes.
I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
Shall we vote?
Yes. I'm going to vote Ale and Compass, just from past experiences.
I'm going to go with history and I'm voting for Boma.
My vote is also for Boma.
Okay.
So it's up to the listeners.
And with a score of 132 to 27, the listeners went with Boma as well.
All right. So
Listeners.
okay, so we've got the last matchup of the boat region. We've got a heavy hitter here. We've got Topolino's Terrace, Flavors of the Riviera. We always talk about that's at the Riviera Resort. We always talk about how great the aerial view is at the Contemporaries California Grill, but I think Topolino's Terrace has a leg to stand on.
It does, yeah.
It's a beautiful view up there against Cinderella's Royal Table at the Magic Kingdom is obviously character meet and greet. It's a prefix menu, but it is in an extremely prime location.
Yes.
I mean,
You're in the castle.
Yeah.
You're in Cinderella's castle, dining with princesses.
Yep.
So there is something really incredible about the fact that Cinderella's Royal Table even exists.
Yeah.
But I don't think this one's particularly close.
I mean, I'm just looking. I've never eaten at Cinderella's Royal Table, and I'm looking at pictures and videos right now, and it's so cool that you're in a castle.
Yeah.
You're eating in a castle, and there's nothing quite like this in America.
This is a one of one experience
Yes.
at Disney World for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how much has changed. It's been over 10 years since I ate there, but the princesses all come out and they spend real dedicated. They go table to table from my. I don't know what's changed post pandemic, but they would go table to table and spend real. You'd get a couple minutes with each princess.
That's pretty good.
They ask you questions and they take pictures, and before you go up, everyone gets a photo op with Cinderella. And you go up a nice big staircase, take a big elevator. So for little kids that really want this magic Disney experience, this could be a really great opportunity for them. Mm-hmm. As an adult who was there childless, I didn't have the best experience.
And you paid a lot of money for it.
And I paid a lot of money for it. So
It's a incredible location.
Yeah.
It's one of one. But it's not close.
It's not top.
It's not
close.
I think we're going to talk more about Topolino's.
Yeah, we
I
can
would
talk
have
about,
to imagine.
We're going to talk about Topolino's more later, but it's Topolino's. I'm voting for Topolino's.
As am I.
Yeah, I am too. And the winner of the listener vote was Topolino's.
So that is the end of the boat region and
boats.
Oh, sorry. That is the end of the boats region. And we're going to move on to the buses region. Sean, you want to walk us through the buses region?
Well, I'd rather bus us through the
Oh,
busing region. Sure.
that's a joke I would make. That's
It's the
terrible.
meanest thing you've ever said to me on this podcast. All right, starting right off, we have the number 1 seed, Chico, the cooking place in Animal Kingdom Lodge, coming up against 9 Dragons Restaurant, 16 seed, 9 Dragons Restaurant in Epcot.
I just want to throw this out there. 9 Dragons Restaurant might be my dad's favorite restaurant in Epcot.
Is that supposed to affect my voting?
Well, I mean, I don't even think he doesn't like the beer garden as much because he's German and he knows better German food, right? But 9 Dragons, he loves it.
American style Chinese food is very good.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with orange chicken or General Tso's or all that stuff. It's fun.
Yeah.
But I can get that. I can order that takeout, around the block.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's not Chico, the cooking place.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is for sheer. I have never eaten at Chico. Again, it's up there on the list, but I have eaten at 9 Dragons, and the meal was fine. But it was no better than anything I could order 5 minutes from my home in any shopping center, where we live. But I mean, the Chico, it's another African style. Cuisine. There's more of a chance I'm gonna have something that I can't easily get anywhere else around here. So for that reason, for me, it's absolutely Chico.
Yeah, Chico went far in my bracket because I mean, just the food was great. Although I gotta say, the one time I went there, we were told to get the duck, and the duck was not that great. We were the last seating. So I think maybe that was it. But the staff was phenomenal. We were celebrating our engagement, and everyone there at the wrote us, took a card and wrote us congratulations in their native language and gave it to us. And that was such a nice touch.
Yeah.
And a nice Disney magic thing.
Yeah.
I will vote for Chico all the time because of that. And it's just so unique. It's a very good place. Like I said, the duck wasn't as great, but I've heard a lot of good things about that duck, and so maybe it was just a bad
duck,
a bad batch, yeah, or maybe the last of the night, the last of the night.
Yeah, it's definitely Chico. This is a restaurant that I think is primed to go pretty far. You could argue that any of these Animal Kingdom Lodge restaurants are primed to go pretty far. Truly excellent restaurants at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and Chico is their main event. It's their signature one. It's got to be Chico.
Yeah. And the listeners with a score of 104 to 14 also voted for Chico.
All right. Did your dad do a bracket?
He did not. He definitely would have done 9 Dragons.
9 Dragons going
all the way.
All right, next matchup, we have the 8 seed Steakhouse 71 at the Contemporary against the 9 seed Liberty Tree Tavern in the Magic Kingdom.
How come this isn't by its government name, the Cave Steakhouse 71?
Yeah, well, you know what? This is a worthy 8-9. This feels very even. This is Liberty Tree Tavern is a family favorite. It's Thanksgiving all year round. Everyone loves Thanksgiving foods. You can go pretty heavy, Or you could keep it lighter. Thanksgiving is kind of versatile. You don't have to go so hard in the paint that you can't move when you're eating Thanksgiving foods. Steakhouse 71 is Walt themed.
Yeah, what is Walt themed, by the way? Like, there's no cigar smoke in the air. Like, I don't know. There's just pictures of him out in places, right?
Andrew hates this place.
It's just so dark. No, it's not.
Everything is white.
I'm in an Apple store when I'm in there.
Everything is white in that place, by the way.
It is. I know.
I've had limited. I've never been to Liberty Tree Tavern, but I have dined or at least partaken in some food and drink at Steakhouse 71, and I just like the vibe there. This is not a restaurant that's going to go and win its region, but I think it's better than Liberty Tree, and that has my vote.
Yeah, so Liberty Tree Tavern, there's a lot of families love that place, and I kind of feel bad voting for Steakhouse 71, which I am. Steakhouse 71, maybe the best burger in all of Disney World. It's a great place to have Walt's favorite meal, which would be a prime rib with a Scotch mist. So I think I definitely have to vote for Steakhouse 71. I enjoy it more.
I don't think
Andrew.
there's any. I don't think there's any confusion over where my loyalties lie here, or my hatred lies. No, I mean Steakhouse 71 does have its pros and cons, right? But I think that Liberty Tree Tavern, there's not many places to eat that are relatively good in Magic Kingdom.
That is correct.
That's something that it has going for it.
Yeah.
That is huge. And they do their food well. The dessert there, is a fan favorite.
Oh yeah.
The toffee, the toffee, is it a bread pudding? It's Disney does bread puddings really well.
Yeah.
But that dish has a lot of fan favorites.
I'm gonna be voting Liberty Tree Tavern just really for that sake, because I even like Steakhouse 71. I even liked Waves before that. You know what I mean? And so anyway, I'm going Liberty Tree Tavern, but it doesn't matter anyway because the listeners voted with you guys 173 to 61. They're going with Steakhouse 71.
Oh, the correct choice.
I was so disappointed when Steakhouse 71's score came out to 173. I was like, there was if just like one person didn't vote for it, it would have been 71. It would 171. I was like, that would have been great.
All right. Our next matchup, the 5 seed Frontera Casina in Disney Springs against the 12 seed Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater Restaurant at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I will say Sci-Fi Dine-In at the 12 feels right. Frontera Casina at 5 is surprising to me.
Yes.
Frontera Casina, everything I've never eaten there, I've never been there. This just kind of looks like a nicer Chipotle. In terms of their menu, it doesn't look like anything worth taking really time out or spending the money. I have been to Sci-Fi Dine-In, and it's kitschy. It's a little on the nose with the drive-in cars, and you're sitting in an old 50s big car, and that's your table, and you're watching old style movies, black and white, on a big projector screen. You're in kind of a big auditorium style room with other people eating, so it's loud. It feels like a theme park restaurant. I'm looking at the menu. The menu has improved.
The menu has vastly improved.
Like when I ate there similar time ago, like maybe 6-7 years ago, it was diner food.
Yeah.
It was milkshakes and hamburgers and patty melts, things like that. Now there's chicken cordon bleu on the menu now. So they've definitely improved their menu, which I think gives it a bump. So you're getting a better food in kind of a kitschy, fun little environment. So my vote is for Sci-Fi Dine-In.
So interesting about Frontera Casina. This is the same restaurant group that owns the restaurants that runs the restaurants in Mexico at Epcot. Yeah. And this is his most adventurous version, his most authentic, his most Mexican, adventurous Mexican version of what he does is at Frontera Cocina.
Hopefully he's not listening then.
Sci-fi dine-in, to me, is a really well-themed space, but not so great of a meal. And I feel like I'm going to get a better meal at Frontera Cocina, even though there are so many good restaurants at Springs that it kind of gets lost in the mix. If Frontera Cocina was in a different place, I think people would have a lot more fondness for it. But if it wasn't right next to Boathouse and Raglan Road and Art Smith's, like, that's stiff competition.
It is. I have eaten at Frontera, and I really liked it. It was very good. It is by Chef Rick Bayless, is a 7-time James Beard Award winner.
Yeah.
And he, I don't know, I think he did a great job. It was very good when we ate there. We had a load of fun too, because just the atmosphere, it was our type of place, right? We were sitting at the bar. My problem with sci-fi dining is that it's a great idea, executed well once in the 90s, and they haven't updated the video. I remember Michael telling me one time when Toy Story 4 was coming out, like, why aren't they doing Toy Story in here? Why aren't they like changing, like there's so much synergy that could work out with like that kind of format. Like you're doing a movie, a drive-in movie theater, but the movie can change, right?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I just think that there's things they could do, and it's a bit lazy. And the food is better now, definitely is better. But and I went there just like 3 years ago with my sister's family. It's good for kids. Kids love it.
Yeah.
But I just would rather go here. I'd rather go to Frontera than go to Sci-Fi.
Me as well, but and another thing why I would not choose Sci-Fi Dining, it's dark in there, and I'm going to spill food on myself.
Oh, well, yeah.
Eating a sandwich, and then I'm not going to know until I leave the restaurant that I've ruined my shirt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Frontera Cocina for me.
Yeah.
What do the fans say?
The fans, with a score of 53-46, so it was close.
Ooh, tight.
Sci-Fi Diner.
Oh, okay, so that's the winner.
Yeah, and
3-2.
I think that people don't know Frontera.
I agree. It gets lost in the mix with
Yeah.
all these other great spots in Springs.
Yeah.
All right, next matchup, we have the 4 seed Hollywood Brown Derby in Disney's Hollywood Studios up against the 13 seed Maya Grill in Coronado Springs. Another Mexican style restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's pretty saturated cuisine, but this fits right in the resort.
Yeah.
So it really works. Hollywood Brown Derby is a bit of a nicer experience. It's a nice sit down restaurant. It's got it's mostly American food, and that Hollywood Brown Derby gets my vote because I have been there, and the food there is really good, and the environment is really nice.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown Derby is a place that is old Hollywood. It's so ingrained in Hollywood culture. It was a chain. They chained it to bring it to MGM.
Oh, wow.
This is a place that existed in Hollywood. It was a hat. It was a Brown Derby. And it doesn't exist in Hollywood anymore. It only exists in Disney World now.
Yeah, yeah.
The only location of the Hollywood Brown Derby is in Disney World at Hollywood Studios. It has to get my vote. If Maya Grill and Frontera Casino's food was at the Maya Grill, I think this is a whole different ballgame. And I think a lot of people, a lot more.
That's an interesting thought process. Yeah. I also think that Coronado Springs is flush with restaurants. You know, you have Toledo upstairs, you have the Three Bridges, which is great food. It's not
But that's not on the list because there's no reservations. Walk up only. It's a bar.
But I'd rather eat there than at Maya. I'd rather eat at Rick's than I think at Maya. It's actually fairly expensive for, I don't know what you're getting. You know, as Sean said, like there's better places to get
Mexican food in Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm also going to be voting for Brown Derby. The listeners also agreed with us 115-10
Wow.
that Hollywood Brown Derby would continue on.
Continuing on. Next matchup, the number 6 seed Garden Grill Restaurant in Epcot against the 11 seed Whispering Canyon Cafe in Wilderness Lodge.
This is another Razzie restaurant.
I was going to say the Whispering Canyon is another one of those restaurants where they're gonna be sarcastic with you. They're gonna give you a hard time. Isn't this the place where like if you ask for ketchup, like they bring you like 10 bottles of ketchup?
Well, and what's great about that is that it's not the servers that bring you ketchup. It's the last people to get the ketchup. They get out of their seats and bring you all the ketchup. So it's like everyone's involved in this. I really like that aspect of Whispering.
Yeah, Whispering Canyon is it's all you care to enjoy skillets, which I did not know. So you have a couple different options of skillet, and based on what you pick, there's traditional with roast brisket, ribs, and pulled pork. There's land and sea. There's a more barbecue forward one, and then there's a plant-based one. This is, I think family friendly.
Yeah.
It's definitely a place where you're just there. It's probably loud. You're having fun. Garden Grill, I think, is really good, but it's very health conscious.
No, I don't think so.
It's very vegetable-y and plants and fruits. And
for something that is in the land pavilion and you can see the indoor scenes of living with the land from it, it overlooks it, which is really cool. The whole restaurant's a turntable. If you haven't been there, it's right in the land pavilion. It's a character buffet. You get to see Farmer Mickey and friends. It is classic Disney buffet offerings. But there is a little bit of the salad came from the land. The green beans are grown right here. There's a little bit of this like extra edge that's like, hey, what you're eating, a lot of it was grown here. Yes. But it's still kind of like a meat and macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes kind of. Yeah. They bring a platter of food to your table and you can ask for more. These are both family restaurants, first and foremost.
Yes.
So this is a nice, fair matchup. As much as I would never eat there because there's so many better options in Epcot, Garden Grill is better on paper.
I like so I've eaten at both of them, and Garden Grill breakfast I've had only the breakfast there. It was very good. It is good. It is very good. Yeah. And the circular motion of it didn't bother me at all.
It's not dizzying. You don't have to worry about it.
No, you do not have to worry about that. It's
My mother, who gets seasick on a dock, was fine.
Right.
Eating at Garden Grill.
Yeah.
Eating while moving.
Right. I think you go one rotation an hour. Right. So it's really slow, but that's kind of a cool aspect. Like there's not many places anymore that have that type of dining. Yeah. Last time I was in Disney, we actually went to Whispering Canyon, and it was a lot of fun. The Razzie portion of it is toned down. So she reminded me more of Kate McKinnon's role in Barbie.
Yes, Weird Barbie.
Yeah, Weird Barbie.
Yes, Weird Barbie. She reminded me more of her, where it was just like very relaxed, where like, sat down with you, put her feet up, and it was just like, so what do you want? What are you guys doing after this? Like it wasn't necessarily like treating you bad. It was just, I didn't expect my server to do something like that.
Right. I mean? Okay.
Not like Hoop-Dee-Doo Review where they come and sit on your lap.
That was in the 70s.
They do that now.
They do that now?
Yeah.
They didn't come and sit in my lap.
You're a married man.
And the food at Whispering Canyon was very good. It was really good. The all you care to enjoy, $45 for the skillet, and you can get that skillet really as many times as you want. Whoever you're with can get a different skillet, and so then you can
try the whole menu.
You can try the whole menu. Yeah. It's pretty good.
That is a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
So you're going with?
I'm sorry. I'm going with Whispering Canyon.
Okay. And what do the fans say?
The fans also went Whispering Canyon at a score of 89 to 48.
Wow. All right.
This should be a fun one.
Yeah.
The 3 seed, Toledo Tapas Steak and Seafood at Coronado Springs Resort versus the 14 seed, Coral Reef Restaurant in Epcot. Andrew, I'll let you start first.
Coral Reef is hot trash, can burn down, save the fish. That's okay. Like save the fish. The fish aren't injured. The rest of it can just go away. Salty earth, Don't make a restaurant there again. It's absolutely horrendous. We went there right after it was redone and supposed to be fixed. And
What was the occasion?
it was my mother's 70th birthday. I still love that video. We gotta repost that video. You're like,
Well, we're just
for your
gonna post
mother's
this.
70th birthday. She wanted to go to Coral Reef.
restaurant.
She wanted to assert herself as an apex predator and eat fish in front of fish, and she was severely disappointed.
It was bad. Like, it took 45 minutes for our food to come out. Everyone's food was bad. I got the scampi and it tasted sour. Like, it was very bad.
Even Olive Garden doesn't mess up scampi.
Shrimp scampi.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just very bad. I would never vote for this over. I would actually put this Coral Reef as the last restaurant.
Especially for the price. I mean, this is not a cheap restaurant.
Right,
Coral
yeah.
Reef is similarly priced to Toledo. Toledo is recognized by Michelin. It's got a great aerial view. Coral Reef does have a good view. Maybe is that the only good thing we can say?
Is that you're
looking at fish tanks is nice.
Right, yeah.
Everything else, no thank you. It's got to be Toledo.
My only problem with Toledo is that it's actually not open enough. It's closed on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays, I believe.
There's another restaurant here that is a similar one where it's not open every day.
Yeah. Okay, so my vote's going to be Toledo.
I'm firmly against the tapas style of food, but I don't think I would in good conscience vote for the Coral Reef restaurant. So my vote is for Toledo as well.
Lucky for you, Toledo, you can just treat like a regular restaurant. They have entrees.
Yes.
It's just tapas is an option. So it's a clean sweep for us.
I gotta put something in defense of tapas. I like sometimes when you get to choose a little bit here and there, then you get a little taste of everything.
There's a time and a place.
Yeah. So the voters also agreed with us, 99-18 Toledo.
All right. The penultimate matchup in the buses region, we have the 7-seed Yak and Yeti restaurant at Disney's Animal Kingdom against the 10-seed Summer House on the Lake at Disney Springs. I have eaten at Yak and Yeti restaurant. It's really nothing super special. Food's good. It kind of feels like very similar cuisine to like eating at Nine Dragons. It's very. I think I got like orange chicken, and rice.
Yeah, it's Asian fusion-y. So it's
Yeah.
like, every town has a place that does like they do a little Thai, they do a little Chinese,
exactly.
a little Japanese. That's Yak and Yeti. They do it pretty well though.
Yeah. I know you guys have a lot more to say about Summer House on the Lake, so I'll let you.
Well, with Yak and Yeti, it's also not a Disney restaurant.
Yeah, it's a Landry's.
It's a Landry's restaurant. Right.
Yes.
So that's kind of funny too, because Summer House is, not by Disney either. So
Right.
we have two
It's-
non-Disney restaurants here.
Summer House is an import. It's a restaurant that was successful in one area, and they opened up a second location in Springs.
Yeah.
And it's not a Florida place. It's from, I think the original's in Chicago.
Okay.
Or at least that group is based out of Chicago. Anyway, Summer House on the Lake, I had a great meal there.
It's fantastic.
This is a bias of this being new, that it's such a low seed, that it's a 10 seed. Even though, again, there have been a lot of good restaurants that are, we just had Whispering Canyon win a matchup and it was an 11 seed. So the seedings are what they are, but Summer House, it's really a great spot. There's something for everybody, and you could go healthy, you could go indulgent, you can go healthy all the way through, and then have a cookie with ice cream on it for dessert.
Right. And the cookies are fantastic.
That banana cookie with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on it, whoo boy, that is living.
Yeah, if you haven't been to Summer House, maybe because you have a family and you're scared to try it or something like that with the kids, it is pretty kid friendly in the sense that like the menu is approachable for kids. Not the environment. I mean, obviously T-Rex or Rainforest Cafe would be better in that sense. But if you have like a date night, I think that Summer House on the Lake in Disney Springs is one of the best choices you can make.
Yeah, it's excellent, and it's getting my vote.
Yeah, I voted for it as well.
I voted for it as well. The listeners, though, however, on a 122 to 87 voted for Yak and Yeti.
Okay.
So we beat the listeners there, though, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
3-2.
All right, 3-2.
All right. Our final matchup in the buses region.
Love it.
The number 2 seed, Le Cellier Steakhouse in Epcot versus the 15 seed, Be Our Guest restaurant in the Magic Kingdom.
Ooh.
This is an interesting matchup. I don't think it's interesting in the sense that there's any chance it goes a different way. Be Our Guest for what it is, it's very expensive. To my knowledge, princesses or Princesses Belle and Beast don't come around.
Beast you can meet at a specific location.
Okay.
And that's it. So
I've
it's
had
the only
lunch
place
there.
It's the only place you can meet the Beast at, and they changed that now. Lunch isn't what it used to be. It's all prefixed now.
When I was there, it was
quick service. For
yeah,
lunch.
because when I was there, it was just opening. So you had to when you got there, it was like, okay, there's 5 things you can have. Pick one of them, and you just paid in advance. It was interesting, but it was good. It's really cool to see. There's a room that you can see the rose. The big room is like the ballroom. So it's a very well themed restaurant. I just think the value of it is not there.
Yeah, I ate there pre-pandemic for dinner. I had a pretty good meal, but it was like wedding food where you're like, this is pretty good. It wasn't
Nothing memorable.
It wasn't Le Cellier, and we'll talk about Le Cellier a lot more later.
So you're not talking about my wedding, right? Whose wedding are you talking about?
The generic concept.
Wedding.
No, you had lobster at your wedding. That was nice. That was a nice touch.
Yeah, I mean, like JJ said, we can get into Le Cellier much greater detail. It's my favorite restaurant in Disney World. It's the best meal I've had in Disney World. So that's my vote.
The listeners also, I'm assuming we all voted. Yeah, I voted for Le Cellier too. The listeners agreed with us, 213 to 31.
Oof. A lot of folks have Le Cellier moving.
Le Cellier moves
Paul
on.
Fleetwood Mac, it's a landslide.
And that wraps up the buses region. 1 to go in the round of 64, and we're going to move back to Andrew for the Skyliner region.
What's the TikTok of the Skyliner?
We could take the bus or we could take the Skyliner.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. The Skyliner. Okay, here we go. So the number 1 seed in the Skyliner region versus the 16th seed. We have number 1 seed Citricos versus 16th seed the Turf Club Bar and Grill at Saratoga Springs.
This is an unfortunate meeting of seating with the Turf Club. Citricos is another one of those restaurants. We kind of hinted that there were other restaurants that were only open Wednesday through Sunday. Citricos is one of those restaurants.
Really? That's disappointing.
But worth the wait. You know, when I was planning, the last time I went, I was there from, I was in Disney from like Saturday to Thursday. And I had to make Citricos the last meal I had. Because it was the only day it was open was Wednesday.
So that can impact. That is a little bit of a knock against it.
Yeah.
Because you are only able to, you have to plan around that restaurant.
I wonder if this is going to be its ultimate undoing once it faces a fellow worthy signature restaurant experience like Citricos. Turf Club. I mean, I know you've spoken about how you love those DVC restaurants.
Yes, this is another one of those restaurants.
This is one of the more underrated restaurants in Disney World.
I think so. I've never had a bad meal here. I've never had a bad dish here. I've eaten here several times. Really, like every time it's been great. The butter here is great.
Oh yeah, they do the different flavor butters.
Yeah. I love it, but I just can't. I mean, Citricos might be one of my favorite restaurants on Walt Disney World property. It's just tremendously great. But if you are in the Saratoga area, in the Springs area, you know, go over to Turf Club. There's never a wait.
Try it out.
Yeah, try it out.
My vote is for Citricos as well.
Yeah, Citricos.
And the listeners also voted Citricos from a score of 229 to 7. So that was a big one.
Darn.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving right along, we have the 8th seed, Raglan Road Irish Pub and Restaurant in Springs versus the 9th seed, the Jungle Navigation Company Skipper Canteen in Magic Kingdom.
A worthy 8-9.
Yes, this is actually a really good
Very tough matchup.
Oh, Sean does not agree.
Sean is shooting us a very vicious look.
Okay. Okay. My vote's for Raglan Road.
Shocked.
I think you can't go wrong. Both these spots are great. Wherever it goes, it goes. Skipper Canteen is probably the best place to have a meal in Magic Kingdom. There are some misses on that menu, though.
Oh, yeah?
I think there's some misses on that menu.
On the Skipper Canteen?
On Skipper Canteen. But it's good. Like, the good stuff is very good. Raglan Road is dependable.
Mm-hmm.
Much more family friendly. Much more. There's live entertainment, which is huge. Yeah. Like, it's so much fun to watch the step dancers and the fiddle player. Like, that's so much fun.
I think
Which doesn't count as a show. Does not count as a show.
No. I think Raglan Road does everything that Rose and Crown tries to do way better.
Yes.
It has very similar. I mean, the menu is pretty large.
It's got 4 times as many items on the menu. As
I mean, obviously, Raglan Road is an Irish pub. This is one of my favorite places to go. This is a no-brainer for me.
I'm looking at the menu right now, and it's got a schnitzel. Why does it have a schnitzel?
Oh, maybe
it
try
does it well.
It does it well. I'm gonna try that next time. Yeah, I agree. Raglan Road is definitely the better one. You know, there's not many places to eat in Magic Kingdom, and Jungle Navigation Skipper Canteen really does a good job of trying to be a little adventurous while everything else in Magic Kingdom is your basic food. At least Skipper Canteen tries to shake it up a bit, and I appreciate that. I would probably eat at Skipper Canteen in Magic Kingdom before anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'm going to, and maybe this is just to keep things where the fans will decide, I'm going to vote for Skipper Canteen. It's really well themed in there. If you're a Jungle Cruise fan and you haven't ever been, put it on your list. Yeah. Because there's so many cool little Easter eggs that are like SEA adjacent and directly from the Jungle Cruise. It's a place worth going to. I mean, Raglan Road, also a place worth going to. So I'm happy whichever way it goes, but I'm going to vote for Skipper Canteen. Just keep it alive, and let's see what the fans say.
The listeners will determine if JJ gets a ride home today or not.
So the listeners, in a score of 155 to 14, thought that Raglan Road should move on.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you, listeners.
Okay, so in the Skyliner region, we have our 5th seed Via Napoli restaurant in Epcot versus the 12th seed Cake Bake Shop at the Boardwalk.
This is interesting, I guess, because I have gone on record in this episode about Italian food in Disney World, but I am so firmly against how expensive the Cake Bake Shop is.
You don't want a $25 slice of cake?
Yeah, no, not even a little bit. In a place that's already too expensive to be, you see the menu at the Cake Bake Shop, no chance.
Yeah.
It's Via Napoli for me.
The pizza at Via Napoli is very good, and they actually import the water from Pennsylvania. So
the same water that makes Yingling and Rolling Rock?
The very same.
And I think the reason why I heard was because the pH levels or something about the water makes it very much like the water from a specific town in Italy. And so they're trying to get it as authentic but sourced in America as possible.
Okay.
My vote is for Via Napoli. I've always had great meals here.
If you take money out of the equation, I would enjoy a meal at Cake Bake Shop more than the meal at Via Napoli, but I can't discount how egregious a family of 4 eating a Cake Bake Shop would be compared to splitting a pizza pie at Via Napoli.
Yes.
So I am also going to vote for Via Napoli.
Yeah. I will say about Cake Bake is that you get a big portion. It's huge. Okay, so the listeners also agreed with us 112 to 30 Via Napoli. All right, in the Skyliner region, our 4th seed, Sanaa, versus the 13th seed, Boatwright's Dining Hall at Port Orleans.
Boatwright's is a place that, before I looked at the menu, I was not aware of its game.
Yeah.
It has an interesting option where it is both a regular restaurant and a family-style skillet situation, and it leans into Cajun food, which is very interesting. I love the idea of Boatwright's, but it's unfortunately matched up against Sanaa.
This is an unfortunate meeting for Boatwright's. I love Port Orleans, both resorts. The Port Orleans resort is my favorite in Disney, but Sanaa is one of the best meals I've had not only in Disney World, but of all time. It's an absolute home run of a restaurant.
Yeah, you could argue that the best singular food item in Disney World is the bread service.
The bread service at Sanaa. Yeah.
So like it has to be Sanaa.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just, you travel to Animal Kingdom Lodge to go to Sanaa. You don't travel to Port Orleans to go to boat rides, right?
I guess, you could say that. Okay.
So that to me tells me it's Sanaa.
I had a table for two, and we ate right up against the window, and you're right in the savannah. The animals come right past the
cool.
window. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And everything just blew me away.
Yeah.
So good. Would recommend eating at Sanaa at any time during your trip.
Any of those Animal Kingdom Lodge restaurants could win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So brings an interesting question of what's better at food, Grand Floridian or Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Well, we might find out in this.
Yeah. Well, the listeners agree with us. 159-8, Sanaa wins.
Wow.
Moving on down, we have the 6th seed Beer Garden Restaurant in Epcot versus the 11th seed Chef Mickey's in Contemporary. Slowly I turn because I absolutely hate Chef Mickey.
Talk about a loud, crowded
I was going to say,
Yes.
well, also, both of these are two buffets, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
but Beer Garden. Oh, I guess you are. They do seat you with a different.
Right. It's Beer Garden. It's
tables of 8.
It's large bench tables. You're always sitting with people you didn't come with.
Right.
The larger your party is, the more of a chance you get your own table. But it's never been a bad or awkward or uncomfortable.
No.
So the people are always because
party.
it's usually there's a family of 6. And we're jumping on at the end of their table, so
Yeah.
it's a really fun time.
It's better than Oga's. Like when you're put together with another
It's
family in
kind of
Oga's, it's
uncomfortable,
weird.
yeah. I'm not proficient in German cuisine, but I love a bratwurst. Anyone that listens to the podcast knows that. They have really good pretzel bread, really good pastry. The pastries here for dessert are really good.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's live. You got the Oompa bands.
Yeah.
It's very good for kids. They bring the kids out there's a big dance floor in the middle of all the tables, and they play games with the kids. They dance and everything. So it's maybe a good place for parents to kick back and have a couple of beers while their kids are attended to
Preoccupied.
by cast members.
This is right on that line of, is this actually a show? Beer Garden.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not a show.
But it's
It's
not
not
a
a
show
show.
because it's just continually rotating the same stuff. It's very fun atmosphere, and it's really just more to enhance the atmosphere than it is a dedicated show.
There's no start time and end time.
Yes,
so-
exactly.
I've actually been there during the exact time in the break between the bands, so we didn't get any music.
Oh, that sucks.
That's awful. Get refunds. But Chef Mickey's is just, we are so not the target market.
Right,
for
I was
that.
gonna say-
I can't in good conscience vote for it.
I can't vote for it, but I mean, I could recommend it to a family who wants to get pictures and wants to get,
I would think I would have recommended almost any other character
that's true.
breakfast meal, because that place is chaos.
yeah.
It is. It's the food's is not good. It's just, it's not that good.
No.
Like I grew up with German food, and so Beer Garden is not like the best German food you can get.
Right.
But it's still like pretty good.
Yeah.
It's still pretty good. And I love the German beer.
And they have such a good beer
amazing.
selection.
It's such a good beer
You
selection.
get beer in a big
could-
old liter.
Yeah, you could do liters. Yeah.
Yes. I'm voting for Beer Garden.
Me too.
So am I.
And our listeners also voted for Beer Garden with a score of 82-55.
Okay, that's close.
It is close.
It's a 6 and an 11.
Okay, well, we're getting down to it. We're at the 3 seed, the Wine Bar George in Disney Springs versus the 14th seed, Space 220 Restaurant.
So Space 220 is, I believe, a victim of the prefix menu. You're spending like $90 to have a 3-course meal. Going to Space is cool,
That's the only.
but
I've
it's
never
not.
eaten there, but it's probably the only cool part.
It's the only cool part.
The, the food isn't anything to write home about. You're spending a ton of money. I'd have to imagine that like guest satisfaction scores at Space 220 are pretty low.
$80 per person.
Right,
This
$80.
This menu looks nothing.
Whatever.
Absolutely nothing.
It's a whatever for an $80 experience. Wine Bar George, legitimately good. Don't be fooled by the name Wine Bar George.
Yeah.
It is a great restaurant.
Yeah. And also, if you want the best like experience part of it, the Space 220, go to the lounge, go to the bar.
Yeah.
You get the
Because
experience
you
of
take
going
the
up.
elevator up.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
take the elevator up. So I would always do the lounge or the bar before I did the restaurant. The listeners also agreed with us, 113 to 51, Wine Bar George.
All right.
All right.
Our next up is the 7th seed Tepanito in Epcot versus the 10th seed Paddlefish in Disney Springs.
I believe on this show we've been critical of Tepanito because it was the same experience you could get at a Benihana.
It's hibachi.
And
Yeah.
I am going to defend it right now and say that it is fun. The chefs know they're in Disney World and put on a Disney-focused show.
Yep.
And being in an environment where you're already feeling more wonder and childlike, to get an experience like that just elevates it even higher.
Yeah. And again, this is because this is in a park. This is literally gate kept by a front gate.
Yeah.
When you're in a park and you want somewhere to eat, this is just for most American families, this is a safe option. And it's fun. It's entertaining.
And a well-rounded meal. You get the vegetables, you get some rice. You're not like, this is a meal you can have and be okay to walk back into the Florida sun.
Yes.
Paddlefish, interesting location. One of the only things that was there from the 1975, the shopping villages. It's like the tree houses are also one of those where it's like super old school. Like one of the first things they built in that area is that paddlefish boat.
It's pretty easy to rob too.
Apparently it's easy to rob. It's not even in the top 10 of restaurants that you would want to go to at Disney Springs.
I think the it's kind of like the best part of Space 220 is going up to space. I think the draw is eating on the big boat.
I actually think looking at it is probably more
Yeah.
impressive. It's like, whoa, there's a boat here.
Yeah. We used to go there more than any other place when I first started going to Disney as an adult. They had a great Bloody Mary that had gigantic shrimp in it and a huge crab leg coming out of it.
Wow.
It was like really impressive. They've since gotten rid of that. We've had hit and misses there. Like it hasn't always been the best. They do have bourbon flights, which is really interesting.
You're
We're
talking food
Where are we
here.
talking about food?
Oh, well, it's part of the dining
We've
experience. though.
thrown away drinks when we booted Spice Road table.
Okay, all right, fine. You're right. No, I'm also going Tepanito. I think that is a really cool atmosphere of hibachi in the Japanese pavilion. Is like something magical about that. Your kids walking up to the big, huge Japanese themed building.
Yeah,
and you're walking up those stairs forever. Yeah, like I'm voting Tepanito as well.
Good. And how do the listeners vote?
So the listeners, with a vote of 109 to 21, voted for Tepanito.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Okay.
This
Wow,
is it.
this is it. This is the last of round one.
Wow. If you listened this far, congratulations.
And
This
also,
might be
thank you, and we're sorry.
this might be our longest episode.
All right, so to finish this off with this round, we have the 2nd seed Morimoto Asia in Disney Springs versus the 15th seed Crystal Palace Buffet in Magic Kingdom.
So we've got Winnie the Pooh against an Iron Chef.
Poor Winnie. Yeah, I mean, this we keep coming back around to say that there's no great places to eat at the Magic Kingdom, and then we get on and start defending the restaurants in the Magic Kingdom. I think
Still not a great place.
I was
though.
going to say for me, I think the Crystal Palace is actually one of the weaker
Yes.
places. I have personally never eaten at Morimoto, but that style of food is very appealing to me. So that just because of the matchup, that gets my vote.
It's got to be Morimoto. We'll talk about that later. Crystal Palace is the only place you can get the cruise line, the formerly cruise line exclusive churro waffles in the morning.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't think that's necessarily worth paying $50 a person to go try churro waffles, but it exists and it's worth mentioning.
I actually had a very disappointing meal at Morimoto.
Wow.
The only time I've ever eaten there. You know, we got the ribs. We were told to get the ribs, and like we just did not like them.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's okay. I think Morimoto is still going to be better than Crystal Palace Buffet. So I'm voting that too. Our listeners also voted 94-37 Morimoto.
All right.
And there it is, guys. The round of 64 is done, and we are going to be on to round 2.
Yeah. You guys have time for a game?
No. No way. But do we have time to talk about our listener brackets here?
Do we have an update on the scores?
Yes. So the people who are in first, obviously after one round, we're going to have some ties. So tied with 27 points, and the maximum amount of points you could have had this round was 32.
That's great.
So tied with 27 points is Jen M, Samantha, and Joe C.
Wow.
So those are our top. Tied for second place with 26 points is Corey, Cronin, and Stephanie Gillis.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So some people really knew how the geeks were gonna vote.
So get dining reservations with those people.
Yes.
If you want to eat like a geek.
Well, and we'll see, because it's harder to keep it going, right? And even if you weren't one of those few, if you have
Oh, there's still plenty.
there's still plenty of time. You get more points the better you are later on, anyway.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So Sean, want to take us out?
Thanks for listening to another episode of the ReedyGeeks podcast. Like, rate, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Any questions, comments, concerns, future titles, or topic ideas, email us at reedygeeks@gmail.com and check us out on all our socials at ReedyGeeks. We'll see you next time.
This next
My bracket
matchup
is officially busted.
You had Hollywood and Vine going all the way.
Perfect until then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This week's Honest Send-Off comes courtesy of the Geeks.
If you have an honest send-off that you want played at the end of one of our episodes, please submit an audio clip to us via our email address, reedygeeks@gmail.com. ReedyGeeks, a Walt Disney World podcast, is hosted and executive produced by Andrew Shopey, Sean Murphy, and JJ Hefner. Music and audio engineering by JJ Hefner.
Voyage.